Well, hello once again, everyone, and welcome into our program, The Outside Story. Wow, that's Fran and Joe coming out of New York, and they got a great program coming up tonight, and I'm looking forward to what they have to say. So let me bring Fran and Joe on right now and get them onto our platform here. Hello, Fran and Joe.
Hello,
Hello.
Rick and everyone.
Can you hear
Well,
us?
there we go. So you guys are getting all psyched up and ready to get going down to the protest, huh?
Yeah,
Yes, we
yeah,
are.
yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you down there,
No, we are
and
too.
I guess we're going to get more people than I'm thinking. So I hope that'll be a wonderful thing. But I certainly am looking forward to it. Well, I'll cut you guys loose and let you get on with it. But I'm here if you need me. I'll be checking some things out here. Yep.
Thank you,
All
Rick.
right.
Mhm.
Well, hello all.
Hello, everyone.
We are we are here, and we're going to get personal tonight. We are, and we're going to ask you to as well. What we're going to do is let you know what it takes for us to awaken in the morning. Literally, literally. We have us. We go to sleep, and then we do this thing called wake up in the morning, but it's kind of different for both of us.
I usually like to sleep longer than Joe. I need my sleep. Usually I hear him wake up, but I
Stay in
stay in bed.
bed.
I need my sleep.
And I get up knowing she'll sleep. She'll sleep. And then she'll awaken at a certain point.
Yep. Usually around 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
I'll get up. Yeah, that's usually my time.
There are times that you get up earlier. There
Yeah,
are.
there
Yeah.
are once in a while. Yeah.
Um, and I'll awaken, and maybe it's before I even see the light come through because it's so early. The sun comes up so late. Um, I sometimes I just can't wait for the light, and so I get up by uh, by whatever time, according to the radio that I hear. I have a radio that I listen to in the morning for news, and I get up because I have things that I've got to do. One of them is to get coffee. That's one of the things I have to do is to get coffee. And
Uh,
usually I'll wait. Usually, whoops, I'll wait for Fran because she likes to make it for me, and that's kind of nice, right?
yeah, I like to make
And
coffee.
so I
I
wait.
don't drink. uh,
No,
Let's get this perfectly clear. I don't drink coffee.
no,
Never did.
no.
Joe likes coffee. So I
Yeah,
get up and make the coffee for him.
yep,
And it
yep,
smells good. I love the smell of coffee. I really
yep.
do. But I don't drink it. And I'll usually make him something to eat to go along with it.
So you're telling me you have a reason to wake up?
I have a reason to wake up because I
Oh,
want to make your coffee.
got it, got it. Okay, and see, and that's the point. We have reasons to awaken, and not just reasons, but we have ways we awaken. I mean, just as an example, if you've got this a window in your room, and if it's morning time and the sun starts to peek through and your blinds or through your curtain, uh, it has a tendency to wake you up, or to, I rather should say, to maybe get you up, because maybe you're awake already, but you don't get up yet. You don't get up until something happens. You want to see the sunshine. Maybe you want to hear a garbage truck come by. Maybe you hear the train go by. Maybe the dog wakes up, or maybe who knows what. Something happens. It's a cue. It's a signal. I'm gonna get up, and we all have that habit and that, that
Hi, Joe and Frank.
way that we go. Hello.
I heard you guys were going to be talking about regular routines about Saturday mornings and all that. I would share something with you if you don't mind.
Well, before that,
Bring up.
I just want to let you know what the theme was. It's about waking up, actually about getting up.
Yep.
So if
Getting
you
up.
can offer something for that,
Sorry about that.
so if you,
Sorry.
why don't we get through that first,
Yeah, you
and
can call in
and
a
then
little
jump
bit.
in, okay?
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
We'd love to
Um,
hear from you.
so the idea here is we may wake up, but we don't get up. But then we do get up. So what gets you up? What literally gets you out of bed and on your feet?
Yeah, we want to hear
Yeah,
from you.
think about it. If anyone wants to share that, it's okay. We got personal.
GG for GB says coffee is proof God loves mankind.
Amen, brother.
Yep. So yeah, think about waking up. What do you wake? What wakes you up? Gary Sloan says whoever invited the snooze button is a genius.
Oh, got it. Got it. In other words, that's going back to sleep. That's not waking up. That's not getting up. That's going back to sleep.
Oh, Elaine. Elaine says bladder wakes her up.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Good reason.
I must
Me
admit,
too.
sometimes at 4:30 in the morning, my bladder
I
wakes
left
me
that
up
out.
too.
I left that out. I have to get up because of that too. Yep. You have to get up. Otherwise, it's not good.
Wake
Otherwise,
me up. The light in the room.
The light in the room
good.
wakes her
That's
up.
it. That's it. Thank you.
Did you say
Debbie.
something else, Debbie, besides the light?
Yeah, all the dark curtains and put up light colored ones, so the whole room is
Yeah.
lights up in the morning. And if that doesn't wake me up, my cat Skylar does. It's ready for breakfast.
Okay.
Good,
Gotcha.
good.
And it's personal. It's a personal kind of thing. No one ever told you to do that. It just developed for you, and it works. Um, and that's one of our little natures that governs us. You're waking and getting up according to that governs you, and us too, and Gilbert and whoever else. If anyone else would like to share, that's fine.
Smokeless Choice says my extremely loud rooster alarm
There
wakes
you
me
go.
up.
But does it get you up? See, this is about getting up too, not just waking up, but getting up.
Don says my dogs have to pee. That gets me up.
Okay. In other words, something motivates us to get up, to change where we were, to do something different. And the point of all this is the fact that we may think that realize that we awakened, we woke up to the lies and the things that are going on in that organization.
Right.
So we not only woke up, but frankly, we got up. We got to action to do something. Because otherwise, you can wake up and lay in bed all day. You're awake, but you're laying in bed all day and you're not going to achieve much or accomplish much. You're going to miss a lot. You don't want to miss a lot. That's why people get up. But unfortunately, that's a reason too why many people stay in bed, even if they're awake, they stay in bed, and that's a sad situation for some, because in many cases that's viewed as signs of depression,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that's serious because we were designed to be able to get up and get on with our life. We need to. So it's a serious thing. Getting our sleep, awakening, and then getting up and getting at our life, getting at our life. And one of the friends that we have who we speak with frequently talks about the need to wake up and smell the coffee. Actually, it's smell the coffee and wake up, because I think you smell the coffee first and then you wake up because somehow the aroma awakens you. In other words, there's something that draws us. There has to be something that draws us awake. It could be anything. And so if we have this mind to help people awaken, who's going to direct them to waken. I mean, is someone going to tell me when I'm supposed to wake up? I may not like that. Not unless they're going to pay me or something, and I agree to it, and then that's reasonable. Then I'll get up because there's a reward. There's a reward. But if there's no reward, I'm staying in bed. I got no reason to get up.
Thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for that. Which, like to relate, sorry to interrupt, but I was thinking about the time when I used to work at the Goodwill plant. I would often take the mini bus to work and back, and sometimes I would call up in advance. I would go from like 7, 8 in the morning, and then get back home till like 4 and 5, to like between 4 and 5 p.m. And that was rewarding. I used to work at what is called Goodwill Industries, Southwest Florida,
Yes.
doing secure document shredding.
Yep. Yeah, we have them here too in New York
Nice.
State. We have the
Nice.
Goodwill for working.
Yeah, very nice. See, you had reasons to get up. Yeah. And just if they're friends that we have, or maybe family who we may think are sleeping in that organization. And we determine that we think they're still asleep. Well, you have to ask the question.
On Saturday mornings, I would often go to the sign language meetings at the Keaton Hall because deaf cultures oftentimes view Saturday as an off day personally, because deaf views Saturdays as a sort of sacred off day weekend.
Wow.
And so the sign language congregations here often meet on a Saturday, sometimes 10:30 a.m., sometimes 1. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Like to have a 6 Creeds program for American Sign Language, because we need to reach out to the deaf and hard hearing community as well as their families.
Well, it would be interesting to know if there are any, if there's anyone in sign language that is PMO. So maybe they can contact us, or
if anyone knows
or
of
if
any
someone knows of any.
who are deaf.
Our daughter,
Yeah, that's a good point.
our daughter does sign language. She
Yeah,
does it very, very,
tremendous.
very well. She's a good signer. Of course, we can't ask her because she doesn't
No,
speak to
no,
us. But
no.
I was just wondering if Rick could put the number to call in,
Yeah.
and then make sure you do the *6, because people like to call in.
Yeah.
Are you able to do that, Rick?
The point I want to make is that if we think we're going to wake up, we're going to wait until we have good reason to get up. I'm not going to get up just because you want me to. I'm sleeping. I have reasons to sleep, and I'll sleep as long as I want. And I'm going to get up when I'm satisfied with the certain things that I see and feel. That everyone does that, and we have to respect that. If you don't respect someone's sleep, they're not going to like you so much. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm sleeping. I'm not ready. Go away. But on the other hand, if you're making, yes, okay, thank you. Is that what
I think so.
Why don't you go?
Okay, thank you, Guy. Thank you. So if we expect someone to awaken, because maybe you're awake and maybe you're lonely because this great big house and I'm the only one up and no one else is up, and I'd like someone to talk to or make me coffee or do something or whatever. And you know, they can't, you can't have any company unless they're awake and they're up. So, you know, you rightly want company. I want company,
I want company.
you know.
I like to provide company.
And we would like the company of our, for example, our children
Mhm.
who we think are sleeping. But then they have to respect their sleep. And if I'm going to do anything, we've come to realize that we have to provide something that's attractive to them, something that might strike and attract their interest to make them, to draw them, just like making coffee in the morning and smelling it, and the person gets up because they like that smell. They like that. They know what it means. They hear the bacon crackling. They smell the toast making, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
So there are so many in the organization that are coming out, and there's so many are reluctant to get involved, or at least even to share. Maybe they're listening right now. Maybe they're ones listening right now, but they're reluctant to share, understandably. Or maybe they're ones who are PMO, but maybe they doubt whether or not they'll be we will accept them, because maybe they were shunning us
Mhm.
for so long, and now maybe they doubt whether or not we'll accept them.
Mhm.
I don't know. It could be. See, we would want to make sure that you know, we still invite them.
Someone trying to call in?
Yeah, I have an idea about waking up. You know, because I always ask the question. You know, like, and I know it's not Sunday, but I always ask the question, like, did Jesus ever say that? That's just like my way of like not falling into the same trap again. You know. So when you talk about waking up, I think, did Jesus ever talk about sleeping and waking up? And it reminded me of like when the apostles were asleep the night that he was going to die.
Oh, sure,
Yes,
sure, sure.
yes.
Good point. Yeah.
But you guys couldn't stay awake. He was very, very upset.
Yeah, he was lonely.
But, yeah, this is the reason he says the soul is willing, but the flesh is weak. So what happens is, you know, I understand that when you wake up in the morning, you know, like you know, it takes me like an hour to get out of bed, you know, whatever. You know, the flesh is weak. But it goes back to show, like, when I always show that quote of Yoda when he says, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. It's true. The reason a lot of our Jehovah's Witness brothers and sisters that are listening don't wake up is they let fear consume them. You see, when you're afraid that you're going to lose your family and friends, when you're afraid and you're afraid and you're afraid of this, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
What fear does is it gives you an arrested development. You can't grow as a human being into and even Jesus, you know, he was trying to elevate the human being and then tell them, hey, guess what? You guys are going to go from human to spirit creatures. You know, we're going to keep elevating you. You're going to go from kindergarten to first grade. But you can't do that. You can't go from kindergarten to first grade in human life if you have fear. Fear is the great obstacle of waking up. And so, you know, like you're afraid to celebrate Halloween and Tuesday. You're afraid of Christmas. You're just constantly afraid of everything. And that's what, you know, as Jehovah's Witnesses, you know, I see that's why they have a hard time waking up. They're afraid of the boogeyman. You know, it's like that experience about those two girls that work with me. She goes, "What are you a drug dealer?" I go, "I'm worse than a drug dealer." Then the very next day,
That's right. That's true, Gilbert. You are. Oh dear. You know, and so this fear. What's the opposite of fear? Test time. What's the opposite of fear?
yeah,
The opposite.
yeah.
Anyone?
That's why I think the Alcoholics Anonymous, they're probably one of the best religions out there because they say, "I'm a sinner. Hi, my name is Gilbert. I'm a sinner." And like, what are you going to do to me? I'm a sinner. You know, they just give up the fear.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And once you do that, once you raise up your hand, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm a sinner. I'm a fraidy cat. I'm afraid of apostate.
Mhm.
I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid of Santa Claus. Once you do that, then you can get out of bed. Yeah.
Well, somewhere somewhere they have to expose themselves or be exposed to someone who shows a lack of fear. Maybe someone who's loving, because no doubt, and at Alcoholics Anonymous, the people who direct that alcohol or run it, no doubt they're very loving people.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you would have to admit that it's the love that they expose themselves to that move them to love. I don't know of any other way. I really don't. And we need those examples of love around us. I look for them, and I'm really moved by examples of love around me. And honestly, I think that's the best religion in the world, displaying love.
It's interesting you say that, because remember, wasn't it the Apostle Paul, I think, or somebody said, there's no fear. Was it him? No fear in love?
Right. Love throws fear aside.
It's not compatible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not compatible.
Yeah.
And that's why we can't get out of bed sometimes, is because we have a love problem. We have a fear problem. It's all interrelated.
But the solution, Gilbert, is coffee. I really mean that. See, it's a very, very loving.
I did put down in the comment section that there's a lot of people that believe that when Jesus died, he went to the Americas.
Yeah.
And when Jesus died and he came to the Americas, he transformed the water into coffee, not wine.
Oh, I'm good with that. I'm good with that, Gilbert. I truly mean this. And I think I truly appreciate the point. The coffee, the sun coming through the window, the bacon that's crackling, the toast that's coming up, the dog that's barking, the whatever else. Those are signs of love.
Yeah. And one last thing. So, speaking of coffee and love, my mom would drink coffee all the time. My dad too. But my mom would drink it like all day long and in the nighttime, and she can go to sleep.
Wow.
So, that's another one. But I drink coffee to be in solidarity. Like I drink coffee even when I don't want any.
Social.
But I'm my mom and dad.
Social.
Yeah, I'm my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a binder.
So, even though they're dead,
yeah.
When I drink, I think of them.
Yeah.
And I thank God for coffee, because I'm with them. I know I'm not alone. I'm like, hey, Mom, this is you.
Okay, that's perfect. It's beautiful. Well, see, I have to think about things like that with, ones that we think of. I'm trying to think for others who are still in, who are going to want to be accepted. They're going to want to be accepted after they've rejected people for so long. If you want to be a friend, don't reject somebody.
Yeah.
So if you make a habit of rejecting someone, it's a pretty strange way of making a friend. And so someone has to go out of their way. Someone has to go out of their way.
I told a Jehovah's Witness once. I told a Jehovah's Witness once on what you're saying right there, that don't ever forget. I told Jehovah's Witness that I get down on my knees and I pray for you, because Jesus says, pray for your enemies. But Jehovah's Witness will never pray for me, an apostate. Don't ever forget my words. And so, but I know they're not going to listen right there, but it's always going to be in their mind that, and maybe one day when they're in bed, they're going to be like, oh my God, he's right.
That's right.
I don't pray for my enemies.
Well, see, they have, they're waking. They're laying in bed and they're waking up. They're coming to realize I need love in my life, just like I need coffee in my life. I need love in my life. Everybody has a different schedule for this. They really do. And we have to be careful personally not to take the same attitude that witnesses took,
Mhm.
of hammering people, getting to awaken, hammering, 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 hammering. We're not here for that. I've heard it said that if we live our life confidently and joyfully, and what else? Just showing
Mhm.
love and
Mhm. Just
consideration for
showing
the
love.
others,
Yeah.
that in itself
Concern.
is powerful. It's
Yeah.
going to draw other people who want to be loving. It's not going to draw other people who aren't very loving. It's not, well, look, I don't want to be around those people. We don't want to be around people who aren't loving. We
Yeah.
really don't.
No.
What's going to happen is this: a Jehovah's Witness is going to call you in about 2, 3, 4 months. You're going to hear this. A Jehovah's Witness is listening, and
Yep.
he heard you say that you and I prayed for them by name. We get on our knees and we pray for the people who shun us. We pray, and then they're going to be like, "Oh my God, we never have been taught by the governing body to pray for our enemies."
Yeah. Well,
The
that's
governing
true.
body never teaches you to pray for your enemies. But there is a member of the governing body who did teach that, and that was me. But that's another story.
Keep at it, brother. Brother, keep at it.
Hey,
Keep
Bill. Bye-bye.
it.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Thanks, Gilbert.
Yes, it's ex-elder Tim. I was coming up with another name, maybe a pasta dude.
Pasta dude. For yourself, a pasta dude?
Yeah, just to
Yeah. I love it.
scramble a little bit. But,
Yeah.
Gilbert made that point about fear. And I'm going to suggest something that's really true. You cannot be mentally in, and get out without fear. You must transition through that tunnel.
Yeah.
So expected. But as you just said, you can look at other examples. There's so much access on the internet, and ask yourself, are these people scary? Really? I mean, if you listen to them for anything at all, it's all about here's the facts. We understand, and that's the cloak of love, along with the information. The information will make the change. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents worth for Gilbert. Fear is true. How can that not be true, Joe? You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotta get off fear.
say again, Elder Dude. I think we got chopped up a little.
A pasta dude.
Oh yeah, okay. By the way, this time I'm not.
You're
So
doing the pasta. I'm
we're
sorry.
better, 'cause I know what Rick was talking about. But what I said was the fear thing is pretty real. With the situation that the indoctrination. What? Am I still there?
Still
We're
there.
still here.
We're
We can hear
loud
you.
and clear.
Oh, okay. Man, I get the gong and the screen fools me. But what I'm saying, the indoctrination, I mean, if you have a logical mind and you've been submissive and yielding to the teachings through however many years, you must confront fear to get out. I mean, the facts are overcoming your fears, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I just think everybody should, any people that are just listening in for maybe the first or second, third time, and wondering, if you feel fear, you are normal.
Yeah.
You are absolutely normal.
They say what puts an end to fear, and you referred to that is knowledge, is information. There's scripture, and I don't know where it's from, doesn't matter, but it says, "My people will suffer for lack of knowledge," and you can't help but wonder that those in the organization are just held in such a restrictive body of information, and I'm not going to call it knowledge. It's just information, and it's all fear mongering. It really is such horrible fear mongering. And honestly, I have faith.
That's right.
Go ahead. Still listening.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm sorry, Joe. Somebody's talking to me.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, the fear mongering is just reinforcing what will trap you. So unless you confront the fear, you can't wake up.
Yeah. Well,
You know, like I was saying earlier, yeah.
you know, maybe a person's stomach growls in bed, and the hunger wakes them up. Maybe the hunger for love, the hunger for for them to be more accepting. Maybe that hunger, because we don't go out of our way to be hungry. In other words, our body gives a signal to be hungry, and we respond to that signal. And I really believe that that's what people go through too, for love and
Mhm.
affection. And
Yeah. Tony Robbins has everybody, people know of him, and he has programs. I've listened to a couple of things in his stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The thing he says is that there are, I don't know, I forget if it was 5 or 6 absolute needs that humans
Yeah.
have to fulfill. They won't be happy, won't be healthy.
Yeah.
And so one of them is certainty. And of course, false certainty can be very comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it fills that need.
And-
So the perceptions have to be acute as to what those needs really are. And if you're sitting in the kingdom hall, I don't think so.
I know.
Yeah, 1 John 4:18. Perfect love
throws
casts fear
aside.
outside.
Yeah.
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 Thank you, Scan.
Yeah.
Verse 42.
Yeah. I think we just have to be patient and watch things happen. For example, I have to be patient waiting for Fran to wake up.
That's
I
right.
know she's going to wake up.
And I appreciate Joe being patient.
Yeah. And so will I truly happen to believe so will my family be patient. Because if they sense I'm trying to twist their arm and waken them, they're not going to like that.
No.
I know they won't like that. So I'm just going to sit. Interesting. I have to say this, and I'll share a little more personal. One of our children, one of our children's warned me that we're not going to have any friends doing what we're doing. And I told her,
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Someday we're going to have a party with all our friends as soon as we find a place large enough.
It's got to be pretty large.
and I know that they're going to remember that. I know that. And it will be true. And
Yeah.
some things you just have to rely on. One of the other things is good people find good people. And have you ever heard the saying, lovers are going to love, haters are going to hate?
There you go.
We become we become who we are. And that society, the Watchtower, did everything they could to bury our true hearts. They did everything they could.
Oh, yeah. Early on, it's, do not, what is trust in Jehovah all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding.
Oh, dear.
From the get-go.
Yeah.
Nadine says we have so many friends. It's true. We do.
There are so many friends.
We have so many. But when you think about it, how many true friends did you really have at the Kingdom Hall that you could really talk to? And look at here, we can discuss things and be open about them. You got people in the live chat, people are listening in. Where could you do that at the Kingdom Hall?
No.
It always was like in the back of my mind that anytime I was engaged with, somebody I liked, there were certain places you just can't go. There's some sort of social control that's so really, if you're awake to those kind of feelings.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Martha. Martha said, sad to say no one. And I'm so sorry. But you have so many friends here, Martha.
Now's the time. This is the outside story. The outside story is you have lots of friends.
in that hall. It's so fun. Hey, friend, I'm going to get out of the way. I just want to tell you, I'm a bratty husband whose
Yeah.
wife also gets up in the morning and makes the coffee. But she likes coffee, so it's a little easier for her. But man, that's very sweet of you. And another thing we have in common. You guys have a great night.
Love you,
Yes,
man.
love
Love
you.
you.
Yeah, remember now. It's signing out. A pasta dude.
Pasta
Dude,
dude.
a
A
pasta
pasta dude.
dude.
I like that. A pasta
You're
dude.
testing our friendship.
All right.
How to remember.
A pasta dude. Can I just share this?
Yeah. Love you.
Okay.
Here.
Thank you, Rick, for putting the number up. So we have a sign out front of our business. It's a changeable words, changeable letters. So a few weeks
They
ago,
say?
it says, yeah, can you see it?
Well,
XJW and PMO meetup. So people go by and they see this. And we actually had some responses. So I put this on Facebook and we got a response from someone that we knew. Actually, he was our CO and he's since retired, but he posted this under our
oh, you're
Facebook.
talking about the
Yeah.
Tucker guy.
Yeah. So he says, this is what he says. Joe and Fran, I am shocked to the core. The two of you were very spiritual and raised your children to be spiritual. This is all in quotes. I mean, all in caps. As of now, you are blocked. However, in the event you come back to Jehovah, all that can be corrected. So Joe said, well, write back to him and say, it's always good to get all the facts, but thank you for thinking well of us. So this CEO, he was the one that we were pioneering. And, he's really a nice,
Oh, he's a
down
nice
to
guy.
earth,
Nice.
he's a Texan brother.
Nice brother.
And we really
Man.
liked him.
Yeah.
But he obviously saw our post on Facebook and let us know how he felt about it.
Do you have the latest sign?
Yeah, so the latest
Yeah.
sign.
We're right on a main road, so we use the sign to our advantage.
Yep, so go to our photos right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is our latest one that we have right now. It says the Bible, yes, no, maybe, let's talk, with our phone number. So far we have not had any calls, but people are seeing it and they go by, and we're always telling people that we were Jehovah's Witnesses, but we are no longer. And matter of fact, we were at a parts store today for some car parts, and Linda, if you're listening, she said she was going to be listening in. She was very
So Linda?
impressed. Her name is Linda.
Okay.
But what was I going to say? Oh, car parts. So we are going to Washington, D.C. I'm going all over the place.
Go ahead.
But Joe decided that we need to put a new CV joint. Was that what it's called?
Yeah.
A CV joint.
Yeah.
So we went to the car parts and we bought one for the right side, one for the left. And before the show tonight, we were putting that in. The first side went in pretty well. Joe had to struggle with those stupid nuts, getting them out, but he got it. And the car seems to be.
Help.
Yes, I was right there helping him. So it was getting dark and we couldn't see, and we had to get ready for the show. But we have a Honda that we're taking to the Washington Be Free 2023. And maybe tomorrow we can put the other side in.
Yeah.
We're leaving Monday, and we usually like to drive during the day. So we're going to get an early start and staying overnight Monday night, Tuesday night. We're hoping to see as many there as we can. It was just last week that we decided to go. We were not sure whether we were going to go or not. But like Rick said, he was encouraged to go, and so were we when Justin came on last week on the show and was talking about the protest. So we are going to be there as long as everything goes okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, Fran Joe, just want to come on and talk about that for a second. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's hard I'm trying to put together all the signs and how I'm going to get them to the venue
Wow.
because I've got 15, 20 different signs. So I bought a cart, a nice cart that I can fold up and I
Wow.
can put all the signs in there. And I got a bunch of them. We're working on them today at my little storage unit where I keep them all. And so, anyways, I'm going to carry those down to New York with me. And the Ronald Reagan parking lot. Now, the Plaza Hotel, from what I understand, where I'm staying, I didn't know, but that's where Justin's staying. So I booked into there. So there is, I think it's about 15 minutes from the White House. But I'm going to drive over to the Ronald Reagan parking lot, and that's right near Lafayette Square. Now, Lafayette Plaza, or I think they call it Lafayette Park. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Lafayette
Park.
Park.
So they've had a number of protests there, even this week, with what's going on in Palestine.
Mhm.
And people that is probably the most protested piece of land in America.
Wow.
So everyone that has something to speak up about, that's where they do it, right there at Lafayette Park.
Yeah.
So I guess I was wondering, can I wheel something in? They're going to check you. They're going to, I don't know. I don't think so because they have, it's like a picnic area too. It's like a national park. So
Oh, wow.
people can picnic there as well. So I think I'll be all right getting through.
What I wondered, and I don't know, I didn't do any research on it, if you go through some kind of metal detectors or anything like that.
I don't think you do. It's just a park that you can go to with your family
Okay.
and enjoy the day
Gotcha.
and be able to protest. Now, some of the biggest protests I looked up online, the women when they weren't able to vote, years ago,
Hmm.
they all assembled at Lafayette Park.
Wow.
And they were able to do a protest, and they actually got the right to vote. And there's been numerous protests. There's almost protests there every day. So hopefully there won't be a lot of other people there. I mean, I hope it'll just be the Jehovah's Witnesses. I hope the Palestinians don't show up.
Yeah.
Might be interesting.
I think they're having their own separate one. But
Yeah.
make sure you dress warm because I'm looking at temperatures for Washington on Tuesday, only a high of 54. So dress warm, Rick.
Yeah, no, I was wondering about that because I got T-shirts packed. I got some sweatshirts packed. And I got a sweatshirt for you guys, too. Yeah, I got a
Oh.
sweat. Yeah, I got a
Thank you.
sweat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to help you out while we're there.
Yeah.
And,
So what's our hotel, Fran?
so we're going to be at the Comfort Inn, and apparently it's less than a mile away. So I'm not sure. We've never been there, but we're going down Monday. We'll check it all out. You're going to be there Monday, right, Rick?
Yeah, I'm going to come in. In fact, a man called me yesterday that listens into the Six Screens. He says, Rick, I want to meet you there. I don't know if I can protest because I don't want my children to see me. But, you can wear a mask. I'm bringing some masks with me, too. I'm going to have some. I got a bunch of extra masks. I got a megaphone. So I don't know if they'll allow me to say anything, but I'll be glad to speak up if they do. But you know that.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're looking forward to it. So I wish I looked into. I just went with Justin. He was on last week, so he said he was staying at this plaza.
Yeah.
I have no idea about that place, but
Well, look,
I booked. Yeah.
we can, if we can meet up with you, we're more than happy to help you.
Yeah, we'll. Yeah, because you're not going to be able to carry all those signs in alone. So
Well, no, I went to Amazon and I got a jumbo cart.
Oh my goodness.
Now this is not to be confused with the witness
What
cart.
is card?
no witness card.
So this is a nice cart, and I spent the whole day today. The guy that works with me, my technician, and works with me in the sign business, we put it all together so we can handle all the banners, and I can put all my computer equipment in there to do a live stream because we're going to do more live streaming, I think, than anyone. So we're gonna do that for the most part all day long, and then Tuesday night, everyone's going to be invited back to my hotel suite, and we'll be able to get a little studio set up in there. And we'll be able to talk to people and see what they thought about protesting. And I think it'll be wonderful,
I do too.
Yes, I'm sure.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Well, we're there
So-
to help you.
So
So,
we'll get in touch with you. We'll give you
Yeah.
a call when we get where we get,
Yeah.
and then go from there.
Oh yeah.
all
Well, I
right.
should be down there. I'm going down to Pennsylvania. My father, he was 100 years old.
Wow.
He was 100 back in August. I couldn't go then because my wife
Wow.
wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
But I do want to see him. So I'm leaving here tomorrow. I'm going to spend a day, 2 days with him. I'm going to leave Monday, probably around 11, 12 o'clock. So I'll get down to Washington, D.C. It's 150 miles from where he lives. He lives in Reading, Pennsylvania area. So I'll be able to get down to Washington and contact some people, and I think we can have a good time, and I think it's going to be wonderful. Yeah.
Well, we'll probably
forward
be
to it.
coming around the same time, so we'll keep in touch with each other.
Yes.
But
Oh yeah.
we're going to be at the Comfort Inn, and it's on 13th Street. So
Yeah. I wish I checked that out because that would have been closer, even. That would have been closer.
I
Yeah.
know, but
That's okay.
we'll
Yeah.
see. It'll work out.
Yeah, we're going to get in touch with you.
Good. Excellent. Good. Thank you, Joe and Fran. Yeah.
Thank you, Rick. Which reminds us, we had a call from someone in Philadelphia. If anyone is driving in from Philadelphia, she could use a ride. So you can contact us if anyone is coming in from Philadelphia. It's going to be really interesting to see how many people show up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Now I might be. My father's in Reading. I haven't looked at the map yet, but I may be going right through Philadelphia. So if that person is interested, and they want to drive with me, I'll be glad to bring them. And
Right.
then, so it's up to them. So, I mean, if they feel comfortable, I'll be glad to bring them down there. I do believe I will be going through to Philadelphia. So give me
Yeah.
information if they're
Okay.
interested.
Okay. The only thing is that they'll have to get a ride home because you're not going to go that way
Yeah,
going home.
Yeah.
No, I will be going that way, going home. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Well, we'll
okay.
work it out. Yes, if it works out, it
If they're
does.
interested, have them write me at JW World News and I can talk to
Okay.
them.
Okay, sounds
Rick.
good. So let's see, did we cover about sleeping and waking up?
Oh, I think I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a respect for you have to have a respect for it, and just rely on the fact that it's a very natural process. People who sleep, people wake up, people get up, and if we're friends, we respect the other person's sleeping habits, and
Mhm.
we respect their waking up. We do, but by the same token, we want to be around, welcoming them when they're awakening, so that they have good company and that we have good company. That Watchtower Society did some very, very terrible things to people's relationships. They did everything in the world to destroy and disturb them. And now we've got to go out of our way to resurrect them, or at least to rehab them. Otherwise, they're going to win. And frankly, as far as I'm concerned, Watchtower's already lost. They're lost. They lost that war of love, of truth, of goodness. They just lost, and they're just proving it now. And there's casualties. There's also escapees, people that get away, and then that overcome. And we just want to be part of them. We want them to be part of us.
Mhm. Anyone want to call in? Anyone have anything on their minds?
Is anyone interested in connecting with someone in your area? And maybe this is the time to kind of let folks know where you are.
Yeah, we had a nice call on Monday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Um, Someone called from Hawaii, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning where they were. So they were going through something, and they just needed someone to talk to. And it was 8 o'clock in the morning where we were. So we were all ready. I had already made Joe's coffee. No, excuse me.
Not yet.
No, not yet. Not that
No,
morning.
I got up.
You got up,
for
and
that
then I heard the
call.
phone ring, and
Yeah.
I got up. And
And it was
so-
kind of a desperate situation for the person because It was there at 2:30 in the morning,
Mhm.
and unfortunately, her and her husband weren't having a very peaceful time about things.
Mhm.
Had to do with who wants to go back to the Kingdom Hall and who doesn't. And I just related to her that the best you could do is to show and display
Mhm.
the kind of love that the society will never show her husband. He will never get the kind of from that congregation or from the people that she can show him.
Mhm.
And it's like a war, but it's a good war.
Mhm.
Frankly, it's a war that it's the kind of war you win with love. You just win it,
Mhm.
but it's a long game.
Yeah, love always wins.
Yeah.
Always. And a couple weeks ago, Linda called in. I don't know if Linda's listening, but we had a lot of nice response. We've had several sisters, ex-sisters, get in touch with her, and she feels very uh, loved. Whereas before, she was like, she didn't know who to turn to. So if anyone would like to call in, now's the time.
Someone there now?
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
I stopped doing this, but I used to do meetups. But I'll go ahead in Phoenix, Arizona, this Friday, after Thanksgiving. Home Pizzeria on Camelback, which is the heart of Phoenix, right in the middle of Phoenix, Camelback.
I
Camelback.
remember
Yeah,
we were
yes.
there a long time
Yeah,
ago.
we lived in Phoenix for a few months. We remember. So you're going to have a meetup, Gilbert?
Yeah, so we'll go to Pomo's on Camelback, which is POMO, Pizzeria, physically
Okay.
out, mentally out,
Yeah.
Pizzeria on Camelback. And
Is
it's a
this
real
for re-
pizzeria called
Is
Pomo.
wait, is this for real?
You can look it up.
I'll
It's
look it up.
in the
Hey,
middle,
I'm not coming, brother. But
There's
someone
Pomo.
else better look it up.
Okay, it's Pomo Pizzeria. It's in Camelback. Okay. And what's the date?
on Camelback, which is the heart of Phoenix, and POMO, Pizzeria.
Yep.
And you'll be like, dang, only somebody like Gigi for GB can come up with a restaurant meetup like that. So, but yeah, if you guys want to hang out and talk, or I'll be there. 7 o'clock Friday,
Which Friday?
Yeah.
right after Halloween.
Oh, okay. So this coming Friday. All right. We'll
Yeah.
mark it down. We won't be there, but maybe you'll get others.
But make sure it's Pomo. Everybody knows, not a joke. It's a real pizza. Look it up, Pomo Pizza.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
no,
great.
it sounds
That's great.
good.
That's
I
great.
wish we could go.
There'll be no other. There's no better. The spirit's going to be there if you're at Pomo's.
That's right. Okay, so that's going to be November 3rd at 7 o'clock, you
Yep.
said? 7 o'clock, November 3rd.
Yeah.
And at Pomo's in Camelback.
Yeah, on
Okay.
Camelback in the heart of Phoenix. And
Well, Are you going to be
friends on Facebook, and
are you going to be recording there?
probably not out of respect, but but it's,
Yeah, that's true. Some don't want to be. Yeah, that's right. Some don't want to be identified. Well, that's really nice. Good.
Well, I wanted to tell Gilbert that we have a Pimo pizza here in Massachusetts. Yeah, we have a Pimi pizza in Massachusetts. In fact, what they say is, you can take they don't call the toppings, they call them fractions. So you can have a fraction of pepperoni, or a fraction of sausage, or a fraction of pepper.
Wow.
that's J-Dub, all right.
Oh, by the way, by the way, Gilbert. By the way, I'm only joshing with you and kidding. But by the way, I saw that you did write me this week. I was going to go along with what you were saying, but we're really pressed for time today with Barbara Anderson's show. But maybe what you were saying, and you wrote me, I know, and I appreciate it. Maybe next week we can do that. Okay?
Joe looked it up. There it is.
I'll make sure everyone gets.
Pizzeria.
make sure you guys all get the postcards. I got the postcards,
I
and we can send in the Let's Do It for Ray. Turn in our time and Watchtower Piece of Your Mind while you're at it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next Saturday night.
Yeah, Joe said it the best. They don't care about our time, but our time is precious to us. And Joe said that, and I never forgot that.
That's right.
Fran just showed a picture of that Pimo pizza.
Yeah,
Frank,
Joe's got it. Yep.
Now, Gilbert,
back up. Yeah.
is that in Scottsdale?
Almost.
Scottsdale?
Yeah, there's one in Scottsdale, but the one in the middle of Phoenix is the best.
Oh, okay. The
Because
best,
one of them
the best pizza in Arizona.
Yeah, he wants you to show a picture.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel uncomfortable in Scottsdale. Too many rich people.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
know.
gotcha.
I know. There it is. The best pizzeria in Arizona. Pomo.
Pomos.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Nice, Gilbert.
Yeah,
Nice.
wish we could be
nice.
there,
Yeah.
but I hope you get a good turnout. Let us know how it goes for you.
From Naples to Phoenix.
Yeah.
They're Naples.
Wow. Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyone else have
Good stuff.
anyone else to call in? We had our meetup last night. I think it was our 7th meetup, and we had 11 people. We had a turkey dinner, and my brother, who's not a witness, there's a funny story. My brother came and he made funnel cakes for everyone. If you know what funnel cakes are, he had a business for 33 years. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And he just retired from it, but he brought the batter over, and Joe and my brother were making funnel cakes.
And what did I make?
And Joe made chicharrones. You know what those are, right, Gilbert? Joe made them.
Are you still there, Gilbert? Well, chicharrones, for anyone who isn't Hispanic or Mexican or whatever, they're fried pork rinds that puff up and they're crunchy and good. That's what we make. And if anyone's ever interested, I can let you know how you go about that.
Or in English, they're pork rinds.
Pork rinds, the
Yeah.
crispy, crunchy things.
Crispy, crunchy pork rinds. So anyway, we had a very nice time, and we have such a diverse group of people. My brother, who never was a witness, so after everyone was leaving, some of our Spanish friends, they were outside talking to my brother, and she asked him, "So which congregation did you go to?" And he just laughed, and he said he was never a Jehovah's Witness, and she just assumed that he was, so she laughed. But Joe's sister was there, and her boyfriend, and they were not Jehovah's Witnesses, but they've been so supportive. Our family, my 2 brothers and sister. Joe has 3 sisters, brother-in-law, cousins. We have tons of cousins. They've been so supportive, knowing that we are no longer with Jehovah's Witnesses. So it was nice to have them. And then we wrote this little follow-up. We gave everyone a text this morning. We said, oops, it's not it. Wait a minute, let me just read it right from the text here, because I was writing and rewriting it. So we said, meet up. We said, we hope all had a nice time last night. We appreciate your feedback, so please call us with anything weighing on your mind. We'd like to hear from you. Remember, this is a no preaching zone where we leave religion and belief in God off the table. We will have other opportunities for those that wish to. Let us know where you are at with that. With such a diverse group of people, respectfully, religion is best kept very personal. We have certainly learned that. The value of our meetups is for everyone to help each other to move on, leaving religion off the table. So we sent that little text to all the ones that came, and they responded, and they said they had a nice time, good food, nice people, thank you, and they appreciated the reminder. So we felt we just had to say that. just to keep it on a certain level.
And the reason, there's a very good reason for it too, because someone was there that was very highly moved, I'll say, very highly moved by, uh, they'll call it the spirit, and was very um, interested in relating it a lot. And I, whatever motivation she has for that is her business, but it's just not something that we want to expose everyone else to.
Yeah, we just didn't want other people to feel uncomfortable.
No. If a person wants and feels that, that's their business. It really is, and you have to respect it. But I think witnesses have to respect also that it's other people's business as well, not to be bothered by preaching. And I think as soon as people learn that, we can all be better friends. What I've noticed is that in our casual meeting with each other and interacting, we have such very good relations with others of like mind. When I say of like mind, I mean spiritual. We'll call it spiritual. But as soon as the mention of religion comes in, I personally, I immediately let them know that we have no interest in religion. Our interest is spirituality. In other words, in a love of God. But basically, I end up telling them I have no love of religion. I said if I wanted a relationship with a man, I would join a religion. But if I want a relationship with God, I'll work that out with Him, whatever that means.
Yep. Any thoughts on that? Anyone want to call in?
Yeah, your thoughts on that matter or any other?
Can everyone still hear us? It seems like the chat stopped. Is anyone in the chat? Can anyone hear us? Everyone went to bed? Hello? There's the number on the screen, and then hit *6. It's the star on your phone, and to unmute yourself.
Hello, Joe and Fran.
Hello. Hey,
Hello.
JP.
Hey, this is JP or Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
We're on you.
Yeah. So we're talking about time today. What wakes you up in the morning and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
What gets you up?
It's waking up early in the morning is a good thing because I've tried to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Especially since waking up. We always thought we were never going to leave this earth, or maybe we'd be back someday. But really, it unless you're a witness, it doesn't matter. Well, maybe it does in some case, but for the most part, it doesn't matter what you think once you wake up from witnesses, whether you're a atheist, agnostic, or somebody. You realize you're probably not going to be back on this earth someday, and you're not going to be living here forever, whether you cease to exist or you go to heaven or whatever you believe. Or it might it's not far different from what it is when we were witnesses. So once you're awake, you realize just how precious your time is. So I love to wake up and see the day as something new, and you realize just how much time we wasted when we were in there. I listened to this old motivational speaker. His name was Earl Nightingale. He was like a motivational speaker, I think, from the 1950s and 60s.
Yeah,
but he talks about a lot about time and how much we waste time doing stuff that we don't need to do when we could use it for either focusing on ourselves or our family. And he was talking about that like in the 50s and 60s, and so much more does that apply in our time. But for example, he was saying that if there's something that you really want to endeavor toward, or a new hobby or something, he was saying, just wake up 1 hour earlier,
Yeah.
work on that. And he said, you'll be surprised how much time you'll invest into that. Because if you just put 1 hour a day into something, you're using at least, if you woke up 1 hour early every day, and either, you worked around your house, or you worked on a, whether you like to play an instrument, or you just wanted to read for an hour every day, whether it's the Bible or just a book, science fiction, or you just are a writer and you wanted to write every morning for 1 hour. At the end of the year, just waking up early that 1 hour and investing it into something, it would equal like over 300 hours, like 360 hours at minimum, maybe 360 hours if you did it every day. And if you put that on a work schedule, like a 40-hour work week, 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, like how I work, that would equal a little over like 2 months, like 2 months and a week, maybe, or something like that. And using that's more than a lot of people put into like one college course or something for one subject, like in a year. So it just shows how much time we waste, and I've been trying to practice that a lot in other things, but it makes me realize just how much time we wasted for Watchtower. But now that we're all awake, wake up an hour early and do something that you really love. And after a few months or a year, you'll be surprised how much time that adds up into what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great point. That's a really great insight. It really is, JP. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good advice.
If I could skip sleep, that's a lot of hours I could be doing something.
Yeah, try it.
Well, it doesn't have to be sleep. If you could just cut out certain things, like myself, I would just, I looked at my routine that I had every day, and sometimes I would wake up an hour earlier, and then I actually was tackling two things. So I'd wake up an hour earlier, and then also there was just a waste of time cutting back like social media, or just certain little things that you do, or just looking at your phone. Even if it's 30 minutes and you invest that into something else, it really does add up. It's unbelievable. But just don't think about it on like a year, like on a year scale. Just try it for like a week. Like whoever's listening, if anybody wants to try to do this, just try it for a week. Like waking up 1 hour early, or just cutting out like 30 minutes in your afternoon to like looking at nothing, or looking at television or something, cutting that out, or an hour, and just doing whatever you want. And you'll be so satisfied after a week or a few weeks or a month. It gets kind of addictive, and you realize how much time you can do so much meaningful things with the short life that we have.
That's such a good point,
Yeah.
Jerry. I'm glad you brought that out.
Yeah, no, I have to say that that was an excellent point, and I have been doing that, and I find that it really works. When I do the news here, for example, on Saturday night, it takes a lot of research. Not complaining, just explaining, but I try to get the facts right and get everything all written down. So I've been taking like an hour early for the most part each day, and putting this down so I have it. And also, like the speech, I got a speech that I'm going to be doing down at the protest. And I find that waking up early in the morning, your mind is fresh.
Yeah.
You can put pieces of the puzzle together that you can't put together during the day because your mind is wide open. So it's a good idea, JP. Thank you.
Really is.
You're right, Rick. Because by the time you go through like a whole work day and stuff, you're occupied with your work assignment, and then dealing with other. You have to deal with other coworkers and just the normal stresses of life, and even driving to work. Sometimes that can be just crazy. Just depending on how the drivers are, and some people are aggressive and stuff these days. It could just be a lot. So if you could just make sure you get to bed just a little earlier and you wake up earlier, you'll be surprised how beneficial that'll be to your life, and even in the
No.
mentally sharper you'll be and other stuff.
Well, it sounds good, Jerry. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That's all I wanted to say tonight. But I
It's a
think
good
was
one.
that I was saying something?
No, that's a great point, JP. I mean, it's our life, it's our value, and to manage it right, we get more out of it that way. Forces a person to take care of themselves.
Yeah, whether you want to believe in a higher being or a God or not, somehow this is some kind of a gift, however you look at it.
That's right.
We best use it now before it's gone.
Do all that your hand can do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, JP.
Yeah, it was good talking to you, and God bless everybody. Have a good night.
Yes,
Bless
you too.
JP.
And I'll be watching you guys. I'll be mostly listening Tuesday because I'll be back to work. But the protest, I work in manufacturing, so I'll just have you guys on my headphone, and I'll be tuning in, time to time. But when Rick has the evening show, I'll be looking forward to that. Just probably eating dinner and listening to some interviews and relaxing and stuff. That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
So it should be a good day.
Yes, we look forward to it.
We're gonna do our best there, JP.
Is anyone else?
I sent you that link yesterday. You guys kind of, I think you guys will dodge a bullet, and you guys will have a pretty clear area to speak what you guys want to say, because I showed you that link, and that there's going to be a big
Oh, yeah, the protest.
march and demonstration on November the 4th for what's going on in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Tuesday will give you guys a pretty clear voice for you guys to be there, and there shouldn't be like a big crazy crowd for you guys to deal with. So I think it'll work out really well.
Yeah, this coming. So in other words, you don't think we're going to have to worry about having the thing that's going on in the Middle East? You don't think that that's going to be interfering or conflicting with the protest that we're doing?
Yeah, Saturday, November 4th.
Right, because it's on Saturday. We'll be doing it Tuesday.
Well, there's supposed to be one that I heard about like on Saturday, but I'm sure there's going to be people there regardless all the time.
Sure.
But I think it shouldn't be that many people. I don't know for sure, but like I told you guys before, everybody just stick together and you guys take care of each other, and everybody knows how to behave and stuff, and it should be a pretty controlled situation and stuff. So
your concern is coming through loud and clear, JP. It is. Thank you.
Yes.
yeah, everything will be fine.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, but as far as I heard, there's going to be a big one down in DC on Saturday on the 4th. But other than that, it's Tuesday. It's Be Free 2023. So it'll be all you guys. So.
Yes. We'll be there. Let's see. Somebody said, I thought this was interesting. Somebody wrote about sleep, waking up. Oh, where was it? It was a good one. SDR said she's glad. I think it's a she. I'm glad I woke up from the nightmare. So being in the watchtower was like a nightmare, and now that we're out, we have that freedom. We have a weight lifted off of us. We're not in that nightmare anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a responsibility too to use that freedom, because that freedom translates into time, like JP was talking about. When we have so much of something, we could easily waste it, and our time is not to be wasted. it's our life. It's our personal life. And we get to do something special with it.
I know someone mentioned once, why do you care?
Yeah.
Why do you do what you're doing?
Yeah.
Why don't you just get on with your life? You know, you're 71, you don't have much time left. Why don't you just enjoy life? And my response is that we spent 36 years in that organization,
Yeah.
and you know, we regret spending that much time. At least we can do now is make people aware of what's going on, and that's our biggest concern. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why we do what we do, and you know, we're glad to, because more and more people are becoming aware of Jehovah's Witnesses, the all the, you know, the child sexual abuse, uh, the lies, the, you know, the, it's just terrible. So we're all a part of that.
Hey, Fran.
Hello.
Hi, it's Eric. How you guys doing?
Good, Eric.
I
How are
was
you?
I was just thinking about you, Eric. I was wondering if you were coming on.
I've been hesitating a little bit just because I'm just listening tonight mostly, but shoot, I'm already forgetting what we were talking about. Oh, waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
I thought I'd add to your show a little bit, and it's a good show, by the way. And in the morning, now that I've left Watchtower, I can have my routine, and you know, this is maybe unorthodox or not the greatest thing, but yeah, I either smoke or vape a little pot in the morning, and I go into deep thinking, and I watch the news from different platforms on YouTube or whatever, and different types of news, not mainstream usually. And I get to thinking sometimes how my father admitted to me that because he smoked pot for about 5-6 years with a double life, this fellowship, and he admitted to me that it's the best high ever. He doesn't drink when he's on it, and he said, "Who knows? Maybe we'll be smoking joints in paradise."
Wow.
And, I guess waking up every day and just having my own faith of what paradise might be. I have, like, that's my hope, that my father will be able to have that. He doesn't live an authentic life. He hates Watchtower. It's burned him out. He was an elder, and he had to provide for 2 kids 6 days a week that had health problems, born with hemophilia, and that's hard enough on a parent. You know, I'm not a parent, but I can see that as a 42-year-old man now. My birthday just passed, but you know, I see the struggle that he had, and his balls being broken for not getting the time sometimes that he needed. But he already was working 6 days a week, but then he'd have to work for Watchtower to go out and service on Sunday and make the meetings. And who knows if he had elder, you know, business to do with the other elders. He wasn't an elder very long. He was a hypocrite, and then there was violence on both sides of my family, and he had to deal with violence from his father, who was a Mormon that converted to Jehovah's Witness. So the point I'm making with all this is just that my dad just needs his medication so he can stay calm and relaxed like I can. Grounded, I guess, is the right word. When you've been through abuse, you need something to kind of help you a little bit, if it's innocent, you know, and which I believe. I'm not like just telling everybody to smoke pot. I'm just saying for myself.
Yeah.
And my father, he needs it too. And it's just sad that Watchtower will make someone so miserable. It's like, are you really doing it for God? Is my point through all this? You know, it just shows how Watchtower has forced us to be people who we're not, and inauthentic. And I thought I would just leave that little rant with you guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Eric.
it's powerful. You know, a person has to live their authentic life. In other words, they really shouldn't allow someone to violate their own sovereignty. They have control over themselves, and we can do that sometimes. I mean, we gave up our time. Why did we give up our time? I wish I didn't give up my time.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt that there was something in trade that was worth my time.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong. It wasn't worth my time. It was stealing my time, among other things. And now we get a chance to.
I believe that Watchtower has exploited and taken advantage of really good people, but the price of these people, our family members, being loyal to Watchtower has made them worse of a person. Like they're not as.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bad association spoils useful habits, I guess is what I'm saying. Our families aren't treating us Christian, and they're not showing that their works are with love and that there's good works behind it after all these 140 years or plus that Watchtower's been around. But you guys, I'm really proud of you, and I wish I could be there too. Everybody's saying that in DC, but I'm proud of everybody that's trying to go there and going to make it happen, and I think it will be successful too. But thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Eric.
you, Eric.
We go because of you as
Yes,
well,
and
Eric.
we know that you're there in spirit.
That's right.
And happy belated birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Y'all have a great night. Love you.
Love you too, Eric. Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, Rick had mentioned earlier about going out in service on the holidays, on
Oh, my
Christmas
goodness,
and on Thanksgiving. And our family was always
Mm.
out. We thought we were doing the right thing. And, you know, you feel about it now because we were bothering people. It was a special day for them. Either they were cooking or they had family there or they were expecting family. And the last thing they wanted to do was to talk to a Jehovah's Witness. And some people were polite because they knew it was a holiday. They knew it was a Christian thing to do. So they were polite. But so many times we were out there on those holidays just to go along with what Rick was saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there would not be very many out. There would just be a few. So
So a good question now. So how do you avoid the same trap, the same snare, the same situation as that?
good
In other
question.
words, had we had a wider point of view, a wider reference point, how might we have prevented that? And now, how should we also prevent that now? Because we wouldn't want the same thing to happen now, where we look back and regret, why did I do that? What did we do that? What were we thinking?
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the more people we associate with, the more that prevents that. The more diverse people that we associate with, it helps us to look at what we do through the eyes of other people. You know, we still make our own decisions, but at least we can take others into consideration better.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. A good thought.
know, if we did it then, we wouldn't want
Right.
the same thing to happen now, but with something different.
Yep. Good point. It's so good to hear from you, friends, and
Yeah.
those in the chat. We appreciate you being here.
And too, like, if there's anyone who is looking for someone in that area, their area, or looking for someone in another area, or want to reach out to somebody, just let us know. If anyone would like our phone number, will let us know. Generally, we post it.
Where's our card? Oops, I'm sorry. We put this out last time. It's not to confuse the number to call in. This is our personal cell number. This is our personal cell number and our email. It's very easy. J for Joe and F for Fran Garino at gmail.com. This is our cell phone, and we are Eastern Standard Time. We're in Central New York. We have meetups every other week. If you're ever in the area, we're near Utica, New York. We'd love to meet up with you, or even if it's not during the time of a meetup. We have a big room in the front. It's kind of like a consignment shop, but we also have a big table and a place where we can serve coffee. So anyone is welcome. Anyone want to say anything? I know we'll have a lot to talk about when we get home from DC.
Well, Fran and Joe, I think you're doing a good job. It really is, there really needs to be a program like this to be able to put ex-witnesses together. Really, when you stop and think about it, we've all been somewhat hurt. Now, some of us have come out pretty unscathed, but others, really suffer traumatic problems. But for those people, but the thing is, we're all moving forward now. But I like your attitude. You have a very good attitude, and you really have a sincere. People can see it. You have a sincere, honest to goodness way about presenting yourself and wanting to meet with ex-witnesses. And I think that's a great thing. I really, really do. That makes people very, very comfortable. They can listen to this program and they can say, geez, those guys are really nice. That you got this, you got the right chemistry, you got the right ingredients. So I think it's good that this is all happening. Thank you guys for doing it.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you and others. We kind of take our lead from all our friends.
Yeah.
But to be friends, you have to be a friend. To have friends, you have to be a friend. I can't think of anything better.
Mm-hmm.
It's the kind of world I want to live in.
Mm-hmm.
It's the world I want to live in. And I'm just thankful that we're not still in that other world.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which was all phony. They called them friends, but they weren't friends. Incidentally, I have to relate, there was someone who was a quote unquote good friend
Mm-hmm.
of ours, a family,
Mm-hmm.
right from the very beginning in the Watchtower for basically 36 years. And when the person called to find out what was going on, my remark to that person was, look, it's unfortunate that organization prevents us from even talking about it together. How can you function in an organization that doesn't even allow you to interact with someone you need to interact with? It's totally unworkable. And I hope that person understands that someday and realizes that it's impossible really to function as a friend. You can function as an associate, approved associate. That's what they call them, approved associates. But they're not friends. And it gets proven. Friend is someone sticking closer than a brother.
That's right.
It's one of those scriptures. And I'm not a Bible thumper, so to speak. No offense to anybody. But there are absolute valuable things that I gained from that book. And they just
Hello.
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 Hi. You know what I've noticed about friends, even when I was in the Watchtower, I just naturally am a good friend to people, even if they're not a good friend to me. And like you said, you have to be a friend. You have to know how to be a friend to be a true friend. So I was a true friend, and not just of the witnesses, but of people. When I was young, people would pass by in their car in our neighborhood, and I'd always wave. Everybody meant something to me, and that's just the way I was. But what I noticed in the Watchtower, a lot of times I hadn't seen anybody because we moved around. And so I'd see somebody that I knew from years ago, and I'd go up. I was so excited to see them. And I'd say, "Hi, you remember me?" And they go, "Yeah." It's like
It's so
they
sad.
had no interest in
Yeah.
to have conversations, even though we hadn't seen each other in years. Yeah, I remember you. So what? I mean, they didn't say so what, but that's basically the attitude. So what?
See, we all have a different capacity in our hearts, and some people simply they don't have that capacity. It's like here, I'm giving you something to hold that says no, I can't, I can't hold that.
Yeah.
And they really, I've run across this, and I come to realize they don't have that capacity in their hearts.
Well, here's the thing with the Watchtower. They make people pretend. They teach people to pretend to be friends. They never really teach them to be friends because you can't be true friends because it's all conditional.
That's right.
But teach you to pretend to be a friend.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they don't say it this way, but in essence, they are telling you to act friendly, act loving at the Kingdom Hall. And they tell you how, go up there and ask them how you've been doing this and that.
Yeah.
So it's all orchestrated. It's not from the heart. It's just, this is what you do. You go up to somebody and shake their hand and welcome them to the Kingdom Hall. So all you're being taught is to be a good host, so they'll return to the Kingdom Hall, not because you're really making a true friend. It's all for just the Watchtower.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. So true. It's so true. It's they just work at getting a person to just rely on that organization for direction.
Yeah.
No, we're quite capable.
By the way, Joe, when you get a chance, if you feel like watching my YouTube channel, I just did a live interview with Kurt. Kurt Hatfield. He's one of the family descendants of the Hatfields and McCoys. The famous feuding family. Most people know him, but I don't think he's been on here too much since you guys have been here. I'm not sure.
Wow.
But he's been sick, and so he's feeling a little bit better. He has heart failure, and so Friday they're gonna shock his heart to try to get it back into rhythm. So hopefully it does well.
Yes.
Wow.
A little bit. So he didn't talk long. So watch that interview. It's on my my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Larry, initial J, last name Wayne. Larry J. Wayne.
Got it.
It's the interview that's an hour and 7 minutes. He didn't actually come on until about 30 minutes into it. So his interview was like 7 minutes. I mean, excuse me, 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, but it's so the first part I'm talking to myself. It's hard. It's hard if you don't have people talking and joining the conversation. It's tough. So I feel for you guys when you don't have callers calling in.
Oh, thank you for calling in.
We practice listening.
Yes.
We practice being quiet.
I know you do get a little nervous and you wonder if anybody's really listening or everybody's sleeping.
Well,
Uh,
in all fairness, no, thank you, Larry, for that, and we will. We will. I want to. But in all fairness, I learned a long time ago that sometimes if you talk or if you're listening and it's continual, and there's no breaks and no pauses, it doesn't give the person, you or them, the opportunity to digest what's been spoken, to listen. It's just
Yeah.
a flurry of words, and it may fill up space. And in many cases, it's good programming and everything. But in other kinds of conversation, more personal conversation, the pauses are important. We live by pauses. Um,
Yeah.
and so it's uncomfortable at times. It seems it, but it gives us the opportunity to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, Larry.
When
Thank
are
you.
you coming back to California?
I don't know.
we're not sure.
Don't know, but I keep thinking about
We'd love to come
California.
back. Yeah, we had such a good time. We didn't get to meet you, but we would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know in time. I had been so busy. I hadn't been on the six screens for a while. But next time you come, definitely, you have my number. Definitely contact me. Let me know when you're in the area.
So where are you now, Larry?
I'm north of LA, about 50 miles.
50.
Camarillo.
What's the name again?
Camarillo.
Camarillo. I've heard of it. Haven't been there, but I've heard of it. Good.
Yeah, right up the 101. So if you're coming from LA going north to actually, if you go Ventura, it's not a big city, but it's on the map. Ventura County. So if you go from LA towards Ventura, you pass through Camarillo.
Oh.
Okay, I think we saw a sign.
Yeah, we saw a sign for
for
Ventura, but
Ventura.
we didn't go through.
Yeah, we
there.
didn't go through there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be nice to connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ventura I mean, the 101 is called the Ventura Freeway, so you'll see Ventura all over.
Yes, I think we were near there. Yeah, because we ended up in North Hills. We went to Palmdale, Huntington Beach. We met we met up with some of the friends at Huntington Beach, right? Yeah, Huntington Beach.
That's south of Los Angeles.
Yes.
That's going the opposite way. Yeah.
Yep.
I've got to tell you, every time I hear that Ventura, I always think of Ventura Highways by America,
Yeah.
the group America.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a good song. I mean, I like the group too.
Always did.
They made some good music in the 70s.
Oh my goodness. What an explosion of music then. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And if Kurt is listening, we hope all goes well
Yeah.
with the procedure. We'll be thinking of him on Friday.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be sure to tell him.
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry.
If he can hear it, yeah.
We just had a caller on WhatsApp. He said, "Hello, Joe and Fran. Adriano from South Africa
Wow.
here. Thanks for your show and all you do to help former JWs." And he said we could share that message on the show.
Oh, gladly. That's amazing.
Yeah, so maybe we can talk to him on WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Yeah, we got WhatsApp. That would be lovely. Well, thank you. You're our first contact from South Africa, Adriano, if I'm saying that right, or Adriano. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I don't want, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but Guy brought up a good point. If anyone knows of any that are deaf, because that is a very hard community to relate with. But if you know any PMOs or anyone that is questioning the organization, we can arrange to somehow connect with them maybe we can get others that can do ASL. I know someone in the chat.
Joe and Fran, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just real quick, if there's anybody that you find out that needs help in my area, just let me know. I'll go and meet them and help them. And because I'm so over the Watchtower, I know where the bones are buried. I know there are many false teachings, and I can prove it. I have all the ammunition, and some people don't know how to do that, and they don't know how to recover from.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm totally recover, but I can.
We will let them know,
Yeah.
Larry, John, Wayne. We've got your information. So if anyone is in the Camarillo area that wants to meet up with Larry, let us know. We can make that happen. That's our biggest thing, is to connect people.
Yeah.
And we've got so many names and people that are willing to connect. And in most cases, and 99% of the time, it works out. Maybe 1%, there's like a little personality conflict, and it's okay. Not everybody, can connect.
Yeah. No, that's normal. We have to try.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone notices behind us, but we've got this little drinking bird. So this little drinking bird, there's a cup of water here. You can't see it because it's white. You can't see But anyway, the little drinking bird, every once in a while, he'll go down and his beak will go into the water. Oh yeah, it's been working. And it works by, it's what? You explain it.
It's a heat engine. That's what it is.
Here, let me put it
If anyone
darker.
is technical or knows anything about physics, it's a heat engine. It functions through the physics of evaporation and temperature, expansion, contraction, and balancing and weight. It's a toy I think I saw when I was really young, and I was always fascinated by it. And it's pretty interesting. Boom.
If I had a black, I'm looking
If
for a dark.
anyone's interested at all, let me know. Or just look up drinking bird. Are you doing there? Oh, no, it's too high, honey.
It's too high.
Yeah, it's too high.
I need a dark one because they can't
Hi, you
see.
guys.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I see your bird. That's cute.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what's in the what are you cooking in the is it one of those turkey cookers?
Oh,
This
no,
right
that
there,
is
that's a fryer.
fryer. Haven't used it yet, but we will at some point.
But you want to teach your own?
Yeah, we make. See, we used to make money doing fried dough at farmers markets, and we did a lot of it.
Oh,
And we still do that periodically. And lately, we discovered how to do pork rinds, which is kind of fun.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I am at a point that I thought of when Guy was saying something about the sign language stuff. It's been a while, but I saw. I got to turn my my computer down. I hear myself, and it's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's like delayed.
Yeah.
Just a minute.
No, yeah, turn it down.
Down.
If it's okay. I got it. There.
Well, there was somebody online that was doing videos in the sign language.
Okay.
Totally videos, and but I don't know. It's been a while, and so there was a whole bunch of videos she was doing, and it was for the XJW community. So
Okay.
I don't remember what I typed to get to it, but I've ran into it. So that's one good thing. Anyway, there is community, and there is something of access for the deaf community, but I'm not saying it was a lot.
No, it's a tough community because, I mean, how do I want to say this? Much as we love them, we don't get along with them. You know, if we literally don't speak their language, we just simply can't get along with them. And so they tend to just relate
They
with their own.
isolate themselves, yeah.
Well, I mean, they
Generally,
are isolated.
They
They
are
don't purposely
isolated.
try
No,
to.
no, because of
Um,
their situation.
Yeah, yeah. So it's something we're just not involved in. I know one congregation we were in. There was at least one deaf person.
Mhm,
There was a son, I
mhm,
think,
mhm,
and there was someone there that signed,
mhm.
and he was part of the congregation.
Yeah,
But
we have a whole congregation in Rome, New York,
yeah,
that's about 30 miles from us that is completely for sign language.
yeah.
And that's the one that our daughter went to.
But what I will say is, I'm sure there's situations out there for the deaf.
There might be someone
It's just that
listening.
we don't know because we just
Yeah,
don't get involved in it. If we were to get involved, we would be signing,
yeah.
but we don't sign.
But if there is someone that does sign, I know Guy signs, and there was someone on here, I think his name is Gary, if I'm not mistaken. He said he knew somebody that was inactive in sign language. But
Mike and Kimmy's daughter is good at with sign, but she might be really busy with school or with her career. But she's really good at signing. So I wonder if someone might ask her. I don't know. So I watched
yeah,
her.
no, that's a good point.
Sure. Yeah, and I guess what I would say, if a person's that interested, then don't expect to get too far unless you're going to sign,
Yeah.
because you won't be able. Generally, you just won't be able to communicate with them.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Who called in? Who is this?
I'm Kim. I'm Kim.
Kim. Hi, Kim. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, could I just tell you one more little thing?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
it's all ears.
And with a friend, and then the teacher was deaf, and then she was calling on people, said it, all on the spot, and so it scared me out of the class. But I still have the book and the recording material.
Yeah,
I haven't done it yet, but anyway.
yeah.
Okay. But anyway, well, I did just want to call. I don't always do it because my mom, she's 80,
Yeah.
hear me. I have to
Oh,
be careful, but I
yeah.
do call it often.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
well,
Well,
I'm
you were
glad.
really brave to call
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, and if you ever want to connect,
Yes, if
call
you
or
ever want to
talk with
call us,
anyone,
let us
whoever.
know. We keep everything very confidential.
You have
Here's
our
our
number,
number. Kim, here's our number.
Yes,
And
I have it, and I was gonna do it, and today even, and I waited too long. Then I was scared because I thought it'd be dinner time.
oh no, you can
Kim?
call anytime.
No,
Don't
look,
hesitate.
just call. Don't worry about it.
Because it
We've got a really good schedule, so
Yes.
that's okay. You call
Uh,
in.
I just Googled ASL XJW and I found a couple videos.
Wow.
It's 2019. Ex Jehovah Witness brief story also in ASL. And then there's an interview with former pioneer in ASL congregation, ex Jehovah's. Oh, that's a fifth. XJW fifth interviewed someone. So ASL, what happened when you leave JW.org? So there are people out there. We don't want to forget our deaf friends.
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna let you guys talk. I didn't mean to keep you guys.
No,
And
you're
no,
not keeping
you-
us. We
That's what we're here.
appreciate you.
That's what we're here for,
Appreciate you
Kim.
calling in.
Really,
Thank you, Kim.
give a call sometime.
Yeah, do call.
Yeah.
We'll be traveling down to Washington D.C. Monday morning, so we like to talk to people in the car when we're driving, as long as we're not in the middle of rush hour.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Joe has to concentrate and I have to watch for signs.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Kim. Glad you
Yeah.
called.
Thank you, Kim. Let's see. Anything else been happening?
Hey, I got a message from my brother Jesse. He can't call you, but we were talking, and he wanted to get this message out to you. And because somebody called earlier with Rick and also with you, like, why do you guys do this? You even asked that question. Why do you guys do this?
Yes.
A long time ago, my brother Jesse and I are of the belief that when we die, there's going to be a line like the Catholics, like, oh my God, the Catholics are right, there's a line. And then St. Peter's going to have a spiritual TiVo, remote control. So when you talked about the Frans, and I was talking to this girl, ex-Jehovah's Witness, this yesterday, and she was asked, why do you do this? I told her that story. I go, because St. Peter has a spiritual TiVo, and he's going to remind me how I treated people.
That's right.
I got to tell him I changed my ways. And when I told him the spiritual TiVo, you know, I know it's funny, but they have a look in their face. So when you talk to people, you got to give my brother Jesse credit for it, though, because he talks about the spiritual TiVo. That this is why we do what we do, because it's like an I Love Lucy. Lucy, you have some explaining to do, you know? and we want to make it right. But I thought you'd like that. That was for my brother Jesse asked me to throw that in with you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank Jesse.
Yeah, Jess. Yeah, keep up. Yeah, I always look forward to you guys discussing things too. I really do. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he loves you guys. It's just he has too many grandchildren. So.
Oh, good for him.
Good for him. Nice.
We're glad. A lot of people in the chat.
Let's see. You might be a JW if Armageddon is scary as hell.
Yeah.
Yes, Stan. It helped me wake up too when they did that. What did they do? Armageddon. Oh, Jay said I helped build the Rome, New York Kingdom Hall too.
Wow.
It was miserable because it rained so much. Had to get pushed out of the field. I was parked in with a bobcat. Wow.
Oh yeah, we were there.
Well, Jay, we probably ran into you in the food tent.
Yeah.
We got to talk sometime.
Yeah. So where are you from, Jay? Was it?
Jay is from near Syracuse, right, Jay? I think we were going to try to connect. We're not too far from each other.
Yeah. Syracuse had the big double hall.
Yeah, we did a double hall there. Yeah. And so did Albany.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think it was outside of Albany.
Oh.
Maybe it was Albany.
It was a while ago.
Yeah. Well, I wonder when they're going to sell all those.
Yeah.
That's what they do. We build them, they sell them. Not anymore.
No.
We don't build them anymore. But they still sell them.
Yes. Oh, yes. What they did in our area, because Utica has a double auditorium. There's two auditoriums, so they combined Paris Hill, the one from Boonville, Highland. So they combined a whole bunch of Kingdom Halls, and they all go to the one, and they sold the others. So, yeah. So that's why we knew so many friends. There's like 6 congregations in one, using one kingdom hall.
Yeah.
One of them is Spanish.
Yeah.
One of them is Karin, Karin. They're the ones from Myanmar that came over. So there's a congregation of them.
Karen.
Karen.
I think it's Karen.
Oh, Karen.
Actually,
Oh, Karen.
Karen,
Excuse
looks,
me.
that's okay.
Yeah,
I gotta
Karen
think about that.
or Karin. Karen. Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Now there's a there's a huge population of Karen.
Mhm. Yeah, you wonder how many of them are leaving.
In
In
from the
the,
witnesses.
yeah.
Yeah, because there are other religions too.
Yeah. You know, Eric was talking about his father and how he's probably Pimo. And you can't help but feel that there's so many that are, but they won't admit it. They don't like going to the meetings, and now they don't have to go out in service, or they don't have to report their time.
Yeah, you have to realize the society has an agenda. They really do. What they do, they don't tell you or us why they do what they do. They may tell you why, but they don't really mean that. There's really another agenda for that. And the question becomes, well, what's going to become of it? And it's worth watching. It really is. It's such a study. It's a study in dishonesty and manipulation. And we have to be careful. They say if a person's lied to, they'll either become a liar or they'll seek the truth. And that's the danger in staying in that organization. We can easily and subtly become what the Watchtower is, even if we don't want to. And that's why it's you have to be so careful. Anyone who's still in and but doesn't want to be in, it's like, unfortunately, being around a dump. You try to keep clean of it, but you're gonna smell it here. Dump, unfortunately. We need to respect our personal integrity. And sometimes there's a loss on one hand for respecting our integrity.
Someone said, yeah, there's excuse me. Martha said that there's a weird sound in the background. Hard to hear you, Joe.
Yeah, we hear it too.
Does someone have their
Something's
phone
going on.
or somebody's got some background noise? But they were trying to hear what you were saying.
No, it's okay. Yeah, we have to be careful. We have to. We have one life, and if we give it away, we won't have it anymore. And if we share it, someone else is going to get it because they probably won't respect you for it, because they wouldn't share theirs, because they wouldn't want to give it up. We have to be careful. I often thought that one of the biggest motivators of people in that organization, and I have to think of myself too, was greed. In other words, we figured if we just there's a lot of background noise going on. I don't know what it is, but it's interesting, whatever it is. But it's just not. But it's just not very clear. Can't remember what I was saying.
I know. Something about being in and about being Pimo.
Yeah.
And
greedy.
Greedy.
Yeah. You can live forever in paradise on earth. Wow. You mean all I have to do is obey and I can live forever? What a deal. Because here I'd only live, what, maybe 80 to 100 years?
Mhm.
And there I can live forever. That's a lot longer. You know, and think of the things I want to do.
Mhm.
Well, it may not work out that way.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful, wanting more than you should have. Because then you end up giving up what you can have. And that's the nasty.
Whoa. Someone trying to call in on *6?
Either trying to call in or doing some great sabotage.
Hello, we'd love to hear from you.
Be some machinery or something.
Could be on Rick's end.
Could be.
Someone said, Rick, mute everyone. Sounds like heavy breathing. Someone. Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead. We got one more caller coming in, and maybe we'll wrap up. And Joe, let's see what's happening.
Sounds good.
I was muted when you heard somebody breathing, but I am breathing.
Well, don't stop on our account.
So anyway, I want to say if, you know, it doesn't have to be exactly in my area. If you find somebody in Los Angeles or Santa Barbara or, you know, even further away, maybe it'd be harder to meet, but eventually I'm sure we could. Obviously closer is easier to meet, but it would be great to be able to help anyone in my local area or a little bit farther.
That's great. No, we will. Something always becomes of interest like that. So don't you worry, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll let folks know.
Yeah.
Well, Fran and Joe, maybe we'll wrap it up for the night and let you guys get your little rest going. You got a lot of work to do.
I
Yeah.
think we can all
Yeah,
use some rest.
we had a busy day today.
Busy days, relaxing. Break here. My goodness gracious, you guys have been working hard. So yeah, so let's end it here. And great program. A lot of people calling in. We really appreciate all of that. So we'll be looking forward to seeing you in DC on Tuesday, and we'll stay in contact. So keep standing tall, you guys. Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll see you there, Rick.
Yeah, we will.
Good. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Love
thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you.
Love you all.
We'll end it right here. Yeah, thank you. All right, that's Fran and